Welcome to Not Like This.
Not like this.
From professional wrestling, horror films, and everything in between. Strap in. And now your hosts, Dale Zawada and Jim Snedeker Jr.
We got this covered.com/movie/Star Wars Rise Skywalker rumor.
Cover.com, we've got this.
We got your Star Wars cover. Is Rey a bad guy? Is Palpatine controlling her lightsaber? What's going on? We got you covered.
What do you think this is? Terminator Genesis? Or we're going to show you all that stuff and you're going to be able to figure it out?
How is Joker tied in with the Nolan universe? We got this covered. We got you covered.
Is that really one of their articles?
No.
Okay. Good.
But it might as we're doing bits.
Oh, I didn't know. I mean, maybe that would. I mean, that's one of those bits that if it was real, it's even better of a bit. We might have this covered.
Let's talk about that. We're going to start rumors. We got this rumor covered to get the hits. So last week, Jim.
Yes.
We teased the bear story.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we talked about bears. So let's start off the show hot. Now, this story is terrifying.
Because they're bears?
There's a black bear in it.
Oh, God.
But it is a story that just keeps on fucking giving. And I wanted to start the show with it because I'm going to be doing a lot of reading. So I want to do it while I have a voice here.
Okay.
I'm going to read the headline.
Does it say that? Sigh? Oh.
I'm going to read the headline here and then get to the fucking meat of it, which is amazing. Here's the headline. You don't have to do this, Prince George man tells black bear as it tried to drown him.
What?
You don't have to do this. This man was pleading for his life as a black bear tried to drown him. So that's the overall story.
Didn't get him, though.
But let's see these beats. A 27-year-old man from Prince George is recovering at home, lucky, after a black bear chased him and tried to drown him in a lake on the outskirts of the city.
This thing was hunting him down to drown him? That's so savage.
And it's so localized. It's just right down the street. Fucking Brandon Laddie is in trouble. Brandon Laddie says the fact that he survived a black bear attack is just starting to set in.
They're at the old crick.
Right now, left on Wallace, which left him with scratches and puncture wounds. Yeah, it did.
God, he's lucky.
You're going to get those puncture wounds. It just happened so quick. He was holding me down. I didn't really feel anything. There was so much adrenaline. I just wanted to stay alive, he recalled, still reeling from the experience. After the bear struck me, it was trying to hold me underwater. I immediately thought for sure, this is where I'm going to die. You're right to think that.
Yeah, I mean, a bear's trying to drown you in a creek?
Now we get some more details and shit gets
or lake.
Hilarious.
What was it? River, lake?
It's going to be a lake here. It was the first time Laddie and a buddy were exploring the trails around Ferguson Lake Nature Preserve, a small lake on the northeastern edge of the city. Wednesday evening, when 3/4 of the way through their walk, they encountered the huge black bear on the trail.
Did this... Go ahead.
Laddie said they both took off when they came across the bear, and he tried hiding at first, but then decided to run too. See that you can't waffle.
And you're
going to have to go with one.
And you can't outrun a bear.
You're either playing dead or you're trying to run to the car or whatever.
Climbing a tree. Yeah, find a can, a rock to play peekaboo behind or something. You're not outrunning it for sure.
Maybe you'll come across a fallout vault and you just get lucky. I kept looking back and decided to truck through the terrain. I don't know if that was the best move I could have made, but it's all I thought about at the time. I almost got stuck in the swampy area. Fuck, damn, this was a bad choice I made. And the bear was on my back. I jumped into water with no game plan. God, I'm dumb. No real idea on what to do. Fuck. With his shoes stuck in the muddy lake bottom and the bear on top of him, Laddie said he felt like he was drowning. After it tried to push me underwater, I was about a foot from the surface, fighting for my life, basically, and was able to push from the ground back for air. The bear looked startled when I turned around and looked it dead in the face. I tried talking to it at first, saying that, "You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this." Frantic, Laddie said he swam away from the bear toward the middle of the lake, with the animal swimming after him. Yeah, bears can swim.
It's not a person.
Bears can swim.
You don't have to do this. It's like, well,
And he can swim.
I have to eat you.
Yeah.
I have to catch you if I want to eat you.
It's like, do you want my money? Do you want my wallet?
Take all of it. I've got a Rolex in the glove compartment.
And what's great about this story is like this is just obviously just you came across a bear, you startled it, and now you're gonna like he's not super vicious, but I mean, don't fuck with these bears, you know. And here's some more though. I was scared. I don't know what I was thinking, but I managed to swim all the way from the west side of the lake to the docks. My emotions, they were so high. What Laddie didn't realize at the time was that Alana Bull had just arrived on the other side of the lake to walk the trails with her children and their husky shepherd cross dog Musket, and heard Laddie scream for help. In a social media post, Bull said her friend called 911 and she left her boys with her as she ran her dog down the trail as fast as they could. I knew he would distract the bear from a safe distance and hopefully the guy could get away. During this time, the bear made contact with him in the water and tried to push him under. So she watched this fucking attempted drowning. She's seen this shit. This isn't this motherfucker like, yeah, bear tried to drown me. She's like, nah, that fucking bear tried to drown him.
Yeah, they went down to the old creek. I remember seeing it.
When we got to the other side, Musket, my dog, my good dog, caught scent and sight of the bear and started barking ferociously. Noting that this plan worked and the bear started to run and turn and swim away.
Yeah, bears don't like that. For whatever reason, barking dogs, bears are not down with that.
Yeah, so the bear kind of just turns and is like, all right, fuck all this then. I'm so proud of my dog. The man was able to swim back to us at the dock. I was ready to jump in if needed, but he was able to make it on his own. Thank God. I didn't want to get wet. Police, fire, ambulance, and conservation arrived shortly after. Thankful to God for watching out for everyone and for us being there when we were. God put us on that creek that day. Laddie's mother, Laurel, said she is in awe that her son managed to get away from the bear.
Because he's such a fuck up normally.
She's also very thankful to Alana Bull and hopes she gets to meet their son one day and all that good stuff. How do you thank someone for saving your son's life? She questioned. We're planning on getting the dog lots of treats. Looking back, Laddie believes a higher power was looking over him that night, and he's thankful to Bull for helping him in his time of need. I'm just glad to be alive.
You don't have to do this.
This is hilarious. Because this story's been edited since I last looked at it.
Like it was too stupid?
There was a lot more stupid shit these motherfuckers did and said that they've taken out since I last looked at this.
To get stuck in the mud like Artax?
Well, no, but like this guy, clearly homosexual, and obviously that's 100%. Who gives a fuck? But they kept littering the article with Brandon and his buddy, his pal, his nighttime friend, like all this shit. It's like just
his weekend companion.
It was so fucking, and like it paints the scene like this, you know, this gay man is like, I'm gonna hide. Oh no, shit, and I'm gonna hightail it instead.
His living male companion.
An amazing scene. You're out there with your pal, you know, doing stuff, taking a walk, and you come across a fucking bear. I love that they Scooby-Dooed right away though.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, I'm going left, you're going right, and you're gonna hide behind that tree. It was nice knowing you, Brandon. That was the move you made.
Yeah, you split up and you hope that you got the Two-Face coin toss in your favor.
I leave that out though. Like I'm not like, first I made this bad decision, and then I made another bad decision.
I got stuck in the mud like Never-Ending Story.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the bear's just like, oh, you struggling? Let me help you out.
What if I just smash your face down in the water?
I'm going to swim away from it. It's just doggy paddling. Like, yeah, I can do that, though.
Yeah, I'm a bear.
I can swim.
I got big bear paws that are perfect flippers.
Also, in the story that they've since edited, This is from MapleRidgeNews.com, by the way. I'm very disappointed with you, Maple Ridge News. They ended up putting the bear down.
Maple Ridge
really
News
pissed me off. MapleRidgeNews.com.
Oh, they want that meat. They want that bear meat. Like, we got to do it. Wham.
They're like,
blow his
he
brains
attacked
out.
a human. We have to neutralize it. I'm just like, that guy's a champ. He was going to fucking diathlon with the one. He's just like, I'll run, I'll swim, give me a bike, I'll fucking hunt you down any way I have to. Oh, there's the dog. Nah, fuck that shit though.
He's in a car. All of a sudden, he's behind you in the pickup truck with his head hanging out the window. What's up? Where you going, bud? I just want to talk.
Yeah. He's ramming him off the road. Man. So just when you thought, like, yeah, bears, they'll fucking maul you and all that shit, and don't fuck with the bear. It's like, yeah, you're also not safe in water. Like,
No.
don't try to swim. They'll drown you and eat you in there. Man, don't try to talk to them. Don't try to barter.
No, I think you're supposed to like yell at him. Like if it's a bear that's alone, that's not with cubs, I think you're supposed to try and like scare them or make them disinterested in mauling you.
You know what I'm gonna do when it happens? Because it's not an if, it's when. I'm gonna bark like a dog.
Yeah.
They don't like these dog barks. Well, guess what?
That's not a bad idea.
Fuck.
That bears are scary.
They're scary.
Because they can any adult bear could just decide to kill you, and unless you're armed and lucky, both of those things, it'll just kill you if it wants to.
Yeah. How many shots with my Glock do you think it would take just to deter it? 4, 5?
12. I don't even know if it would go through the bear's head.
12 might. I don't know. Man, I need a.
I mean, here's the thing: is like
expert.
you wouldn't get a shot that would kill it. So it's not just going to like decide. Like it might decide like, oh, that hurts.
Like, if it's 30 yards away, like, oh no, it's by my car, and oh no, it's turning, it sees me, like, and I draw my pistol, and I've got 30 yards, and it starts making its way towards me. I can get 5, 6 shots, pretty accurate shots, as it's barreling down, and I hope the 5 and 6 shots probably do something pretty good. Otherwise,
I don't know. 9mm, probably not. They say like bare minimum, get it. You want like a 10mm with you, and like preferably a 44 Magnum or above, just to like get through all of its skin and like fur and shit.
It's just bouncing off,
and then it's just hitting them like venom, where it just like absorbs it and just keeps going. Like it would have to either bleed out, or you'd have to get like some lucky shot into its like the back of its brain. You're right.
In his eye.
Right. You have to Michael Myers that shit. Or it's just coming. It's just gonna keep coming. And then I don't know what a bear's brain is like. Like all the good shit that you want to shoot might be in the back. Like you might just make it angrier when you shoot the front of its brain. I don't know.
It's like you've destroyed its sympathy synapses, so now it's 100% killing machine.
Right. I mean, that is frightening.
Maple Ridge, yeah. So they took out all the buddies and nighttime pals, and they took out the line about how they put the bear down.
Did they?
And all this article was like twice as long.
It was probably like they just thought this is just going in the local paper, and none of those things. Like in the local paper, they probably want to out this guy big time because it's like this sounds like some little bear. I don't want to say hick town, but like whatever that version of a like a hillbilly that's in the North Woods or whatever, or wherever this was, Northeast. I don't know. But they want to get that in there, so they out this person in this little small town, so everyone knows, and they want to let you know that they killed the bear, so everyone got to eat it. And then this probably, like us, like some person that's got a bear attack Google alert set up.
Got my alerts.
Found this and it went nationwide, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, the writer was definitely trying to out that guy. He's like, there were 2 bears in the woods that day. Let me tell you.
And his longtime live-in male night companion, Bruce.
He's lucky to be alive, and I am bummed that the bear is dead. That was going to be like the bummer end of the story, But I guess that's just what they do. If a bear attacks someone, they're like,
And
all
it's too
right.
and it's like too close to town,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was too close. They're like, all right, they're invading, even though it's like they don't give a fuck. Like, let them.
Like, hey, I smell food. Hey, look, your food. Look at all this food walking around. There's just food walking everywhere.
It's fucking Earth's monsters. They are Earth's.
Well, I'll tell you about a monstrous
Oh,
movie called It, Chapter 2, the final chapter. I don't know. I went and saw It. Dale talked about it a little bit last week,
I
and
did.
I enjoyed it. It was long, but like you said, if you didn't know that it was really long, you weren't thinking about it. But it started to feel long, like towards the big like climactic fight at the end, when I'm like, oh, it wasn't. Yeah, it's never that easy. You know, every horror
Yeah.
movie has that. Like we did it. Of course you didn't. Like
Yeah,
that at that point, I'm like, this is and then they still got to do this and this and this and this.
yeah, there wasn't. It didn't feel like a reset. Like, oh, here's the climax. Psych. It
Right.
didn't work because it never works. That's the end of Act Two. Haha. And you're like, all right. So then it's just like you lose your momentum essentially, and you start anew to build up to the end. It didn't feel that way. It just felt like part of the process.
Right.
And that was
Yeah,
was
it
good.
didn't
was
feel
good
like they
work.
were tricking you into like another act, but usually that final fight sequence is like, I don't know, 5-7 minutes long, and like an 88-minute Friday the 13th. How long are they fighting Jason at the end? 10 minutes maybe.
I mean, the movie's 3 hours, but the fucking Chinese restaurant scene felt like 3 hours itself. Hey, we're all back together. I'm Bill Hader. Here come the jokes. You guys can leave. I'm just put the camera on me. Bill Hader.
There is more
I'm Bill
Georgie
Hader.
stuff, and it's rough. It's rough.
Oh yeah, that fucking spoilers for It Chapter 2. And I mean, not really. It's just,
Right.
but it is a little something. But I never knew this. I didn't know if it was this in the story, um, or the other miniseries. But the main character, his little brother, Georgie dies. Obviously, that kicks the whole fucking thing off because he's like, I'm sick. I can't play with you.
Yeah.
And he was lying. He just didn't. It was fucking raining.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to play, so he's like, "Hey, bro, I'm sick and tired. I can't play with you. Go outside by yourself. You'll be fine." Well. It didn't work out that way. So I never knew that aspect of the story. So when they dropped that,
I didn't
'cause
either.
he's got all this guilt, and you're like, "Why is he feeling so bad?" And then you find out, like, "Oh yeah, he actually feels bad because he could have been out there. He could have protected him if he, didn't
Yeah, that's got to be
lie."
something that you struggle with too. Like, I'm sure there have been real life scenarios like that. Obviously, not where this satanic space clown sucks your little brother into a sewer, but like maybe, he gets hit by a car or something, and you lie, and you're like, I just didn't feel like going and play with him. That I could imagine that tearing somebody up. I liked it overall. I thought it was good. I thought the scares were really good in this too.
Some good scares.
There was some cool like creature effects and like weird, bizarre looking, creepy characters and shit that like
The imagery was just
Yeah.
fantastic. Loved it. The visuals, the visual medium, folks. I loved. They did some good stuff, outdoor stuff, colorful stuff. Paul Bunyan, some really.
Oh, and the
really
lights
neat
at the
stuff.
beginning of the carnival, like in the beginning of the movie where they just show you like these colored lights and then it turns into the fair.
Yeah, the editing and transitions. I mentioned
really
that.
good.
Did you? I'm sure you noticed it
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were watching it. Like, god damn, they were fucking crushing that shit. That might be the best aspect of the movie, and the movie's got a lot going on for it. But like, I was always looking forward to the next scene just to see how we got there because they were having fun.
And they didn't cheapen it, the stakes and sort of the resolution. This is like the end of the story. It's not like how can we work this into a third It movie? Like,
Yeah,
sure,
like,
they
"When-
might do
when
some
is it?"
Pennywise prequel because like people love money.
Yeah,
They'll Rogue One it or something. But this ends the 2-part
Yeah.
story, which is good. I hate when there's a plan like that and they're like, yeah, we made enough money, let's make more.
and I thought they nailed it.
Yep. It
You
was
know,
good.
1 was really good, 2 was really good. I mean, it didn't change the game of horror or anything, but it wasn't really trying to. It was trying to adapt Stephen King's fucking It, which is a difficult task. I thought they did a pretty damn good job.
And I saw the trailer that they're adapting. Well, they've adapted. If I saw the trailer, the sequel to The Shining. Apparently, there was a
Yes.
sequel to The Shining that I didn't even know about. That now they're turning into a movie.
Yeah. Was it Sleepyhead?
I don't
What's it
know.
called?
Doctor
Mr. Goodnight.
Doctor Giggles. No,
I think something like that. 'Cause I think that one was written by Stephen King's son
was it? He wrote the
or
sequel.
something like that. I think it was something like that under like his pen name. Like before people knew that he was Stephen King's son, he was just like some no-name writer. Just
Kevin
doing the pen name
Sting.
thing.
Kevin Sting Jr. Man, I
They'll
wonder who
never
he
figure
is.
it out.
We just
And
had
Stephen King had a cameo. He had the cameo in it.
he did. It was good too.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I love that scene.
One of his lengthier
What did they say?
cameos, I want to say. He's usually like, the cleanup guy on the side of the road. But he had
Yeah.
like some dialogue and stuff. It was neat.
Yeah, he had a fucking scene, a one-on-one scene with the guy. That was pretty good. And it was funny because before the movie, I'm sitting in the theater, like, yeah, Stephen King, and they'll probably have The Shining on the big screen come Halloween time. If they do, I will go see it again. It's awesome. And I'm thinking, man, Stephen King's probably pretty old. I wonder how long he's going to be around. You start to think about that kind of shit. I wonder how he's looking. And then, sure enough, 5 hours later, and when the movie was there he was, and he looked exactly how I thought he'd look at this, stage.
He's kind of
Maybe a little better.
We've talked about people that look like this though. He's had the advantage of looking that old for this like a long time.
Yes.
Like I bet in Creep
Like-
Show he looks like that.
Yeah.
He's always just kind of funny looking.
Just a funny looking guy.
Just in a just in a general sort of way, just sort of funny looking.
Speaking of people and things you think will never die,
Jason.
Movie Pass.
Oh.
Movie Pass is officially dead, shut down.
I saw your Instagram post.
As of September 14th, so 2 days ago was the day. I wonder what happens when I go to moviepass.com.
They probably still want some money. They probably somehow got a gateway open for money.
If you want to give us money, you can. Movie Pass service disruption. Okay. Over the past several months, we've had to relaunch things. As a result, it pains us to inform you that effective 15th, we're fucking out of here.
Peace.
We still deeply believe in the need for the Movie Pass service in the marketplace.
If some venture capitalist wants to throw a bunch of money at us, we'll keep doing this at a loss.
We thank you for your loyalties to Movie Pass. I was not loyal.
No, you were like sending.
Okay.
Who's got the thing now? This the thing that I
I'm
like.
with this Russian broad now. Yeah, she's scratching her crotch all the time, but she makes good promises.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, so Movie Pass is done. Cinemia came and went after Movie Pass.
Yeah,
Which
Movie
was-
Pass sort of outlasted it, right?
That's nuts. It sure did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's crazy. So now we just have A-List, AMC theaters. They have their little fucking subscription. The other ones are probably doing similar stuff. I don't know if like a third party, like a Movie Pass or Cinemia, is gonna happen.
I think the theater chains probably saw that there was a little blip on the radar, and they were, Movie Pass was starting to do things a little better than they were, and they'll probably just pick up the reins. The actual like AMC, the different companies will just tweak their little reward things to sort of emulate that. That's what I think. And I killed Dale. Oh, there he is.
No, I'm looking at a Twitter video.
Oh,
Unfortunately, ugly incident a couple weeks ago in professional wrestling in the independent scene. It seems on one of these indie shows, Rev Pro is the name of the company. The referee botched the finish, Jim. Fucking refs botching finishes. These guys are in here working hard, and you're gonna botch the finish. Fuck. You don't really have to give him the business backstage. Give him fucking earful, Jim.
Uh-oh.
That's probably the professional thing to do.
Hmm.
That's not what Josh Bodum
Oh,
did.
God.
Just kind of beats the shit out of this ref.
Oh, my God.
Just kind of beats the shit out. Like slams him, like after the match, kind of like awkward like body slam sort of thing, and then like drags him out and so on the outside of the ring, he just kind of gives him like 5 or 6 more nice little punch, and they look like stiff shots, like
Yeah.
they're still like almost looking worked,
Yeah.
but it's like no, you're just kind of beating the shit out of this guy because he botched the finish.
Now, were they trying to sell it to the audience? Like, oh, this.
All the footage I've seen from like fans and shit, because they're like, we're
Okay.
never putting this out. You're
All
never
right.
gonna fuck this shit.
Does it seem like a work at the very beginning of it, though? Like, what? How could you screw me, ref?
No, no, and this Josh Bodum guy, I've never even fucking heard of him. But he's like obviously a lot of backlash. Like, what the fuck
No
is with this
shit.
dude? He has since retired and deleted his Twitter account. So this guy, who was, I mean, if you're in Rev Pro, it's it's top 20 company. Yeah, the good thing going.
I can't name 4. So,
Okay.
top 20s. It depends where you are in that top 20, I think.
They have a real ring. They've got lights,
Okay.
They're
Right.
not out in the rain in a parking lot.
They put out
for 2
videos
people.
and things.
Yes.
Okay.
They might even have HD. But this guy fucked all that up by shooting on this fucking ref because he botched the finish. Are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking stupid. Like, I've got friends who are refs, and like that's just thinking about that happened to my buddies, my nighttime companions. I get fucking hot.
Oh, God,
that's
I
so
would.
stupid.
I'd be pissed. I'm surprised that people in the crowd didn't just start beating the shit out of the guy. It's not like he pulled out a knife in the middle of the match. It just starts cutting you to ribbons and stabbing you 19 times.
No, you want to work with that guy.
Yeah. And drop the charges.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll train me? Okay. Well, shit. let me heal up. Let me get out of the hospital.
Yeah. I need heals.
Teach me how to bump. Come teach me how to bump, New Jack.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck is New Jack gonna teach you?
Here, let me throw you off this roof.
It's like, you stabbed me a bunch of times in a match, literally almost killed me, and you were in jail for what, 2 weeks? Was it, Jim?
It was like 2 to 3 weeks, awaiting a sentence, like a trial.
And he's like, I'm gonna get this dropped. Hey man, I'll train you.
Yep.
Drop the charges, and this fucking guy does it. That's the stupidest thing.
You know what?
Because honestly, because it does come to, obviously, no, he's never going to train you. He wants to get out of fucking jail. Are you insane? But for me, the kicker is really, what the fuck is he going to teach you? If Dean Malenko stabbed me, it was
I'll
like,
train
hey,
you. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, shit, he's got a lot of fucking knowledge.
Yeah, you're like, I got to weigh my options here.
Fuck.
Man of 1,000 holds.
So yeah, that's this fucking guy. I didn't even know about this story. Jim went down a fucking New Jack rabbit hole.
Yeah, it was a video that shouldn't exist because no one should have this many of these incidents in the ring. But it was like 10 times New Jack almost killed somebody for real. I was like, okay, I gotta watch all these. And there's this match where he's wrestling this sort of green jobber guy and just, I don't know, not liking what's happening in the ring and just pulls out a knife and just starts stabbing the guy and cutting him, like slicing him and shit, and stomping on his head. It's then he knees him in the face. I don't know how the guy wasn't knocked out cold. He kneed him right in the dome. But yeah, and then a wrestler comes out from the back and can't get the knife away from him, which is scary. And New Jack got arrested and then like pled with the guy. I think it's probably more this, Dale. You're probably thinking, okay, this guy tried to kill me. I mean, he didn't really try to kill him, because like he could have just like slit his throat in the middle of the ring. But he definitely was like for real stabbing and slicing on this guy. Let's say it goes to trial and there's some, wrestling legal fund that we don't know about. He gets a pretty decent lawyer, and then he gets like probation because he's like, oh,
Oh,
it's
you're
just
thinking
part
he
of the
gets
act.
out.
It's hardcore wrestling, it's just part of the act. He knew about this. And then they meet in the middle somewhere, and he gets no jail time. Now you're really gonna die.
That's terrifying.
You're like, yeah. Train me, sure. Just never. Can you train me by never seeing me again in person?
Train me on Skype. We'll do some sessions.
Yeah, maybe it was like, hey man, like the phone call is in code. Like, hey man, yeah, how about you drop these charges so I can train you? Because if you don't drop these charges, I'm never going to train you as soon as I get out of here. Like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, train me. Yeah, that's fine. I agree. I'll second that. Now, this all could be all the jail time and training stuff. I don't know that is like documented in the legal records or anything. So it's all just allegedly. Just got to put that caveat out there. It was Friday the 13th Friday. Don't take that away from me, okay?
Friday.
And so, of course, the memes are out in full force. And, of course, all fucking day, I have to see Jason in a fucking coat because of Freddy versus Jason. The movie that came out 19 years ago, I've got to see that shit. The worst Jason of all of the Jason iterations. That's just the pop cult. If it's just a vinyl pop figure, it's that one with the coat and the stupid mask and the big dumb bug eyes.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, why is that the one I gotta see for the rest of my life? And he's got like a weird, like
nuts.
Beetlejuice small head. Like he doesn't even have like a weird bulbous head. It looks like a little grape on top of his giant Frankenstein monster body. So I had to see that shit all Friday. And you know what? I didn't relent. I laid into the stupid coat shit, and people probably think I'm a nerd and it's dumb and who cares? Nobody cares. But I just had to vent. I had to make it known.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the best Jason. I think they went with it because he has the machete, like looks like he's casually leaning in against his shoulder. So they're like,
Okay.
got a clear look at Jason. He's looking kind of cool. Let's meme it up. It's a good look.
And a big stupid coat. And
Big old
our
coat.
friend Dave, who listens to the show, he's like, what if he's cold? I said, it's fucking summer camp. He's not cold. It's summer. I didn't even go down the rabbit hole of is it dead Jason or alive Jason, or maybe he did catch a chill. None of that. It's summer camp. A farmer shirt in overalls is too much clothing for summer camp. God, it's got to be sweltering out there in the woods.
Yeah.
Especially with a burlap potato sack on your head. Pillowcase, whatever the fuck that thing was. But yeah, it's just the worst Jason you can use to represent. Go part 3. Come on. Go classic, easy.
Let's get a meme going. Yeah, we need to find some quality images from the other movies that are quote unquote memeable.
You know what?
So
I
dethrone this casual machete.
I brought Friday. I was like, hey, let's go out for lunch. Like we'll order lunch and I'll bring you lunch because my wife and I work at the same building, or we used to. We work for the same company, right? Unfortunately for her lunch was a few minutes late because when I went to pick up the lunch, they had AMC on. And as soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, oh, this is part 4. And everyone looks at me like, you're a dummy. They all look at me like, why does he know instantly which one this is?
Where is that? Who said this?
They just gave me the look as if to say, like they gave me this look like this guy's a fucking weirdo. Because I verbally said it out loud to strangers in a restaurant when I went to pick up food. I walk in, their TV is on, and it's the scene where the sister's walking down the stairs, and like the Jason Hunter guy's like, let me go down and see what's going on. So like you don't even see Jason on the screen. It wouldn't
That's
be
actually
obvious.
more helpful to know which movie it is. Where you're like, oh, these are the protagonists. That's 4.
Right, but a normal person would walk in and not even know that that's a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh, part 4. I love this one." And they're all looking at me like,
They're
"No,
they're
nobody
this
said
is a
anything to
Corey
you."
Feldman movie.
And the marathon was on. Part 5 was coming up next. So then on the way back from the restaurant with the food, I had to listen to In His Eyes from part 5. It's on Spotify. And it's like a fake live recording. I think there's probably like some record company dispute and they can't put out the actual recording from part 5. So like, this is live, and you listen to it and there's just like cheesy canned crowd noise, and it sounds exactly like the album version.
That's funny.
He's the man with no life in his eyes.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned like the studio version, because just before the podcast, I was in my own little rabbit hole and I came across a John Carpenter live studio session for Escape from New York. So he does Escape from New York with his kid and some other guy, and it's like a more rockier version of Escape from New York, and it's fucking awesome. And
Oh, I was so worried you were gonna be like, it's fucking awful.
No, it's so good. I'm like, it's that classic with a little more energy, a little more edge. And I'm like, yeah, it's getting me hyped. And the original one gets you hyped, so you fucking imagine. God, some good guys, some good talented dudes.
There are very few. I don't know. I don't even want to just say filmmakers, just like artists in general, that I just love from top to bottom, like John Carpenter. Just like what they made and how their state of mind while making it, and sort of how seriously they take themselves and how they come off in interviews, like all of it. He's just like one of my favorite human beings that ever lived.
Yeah.
I love John Carpenter.
He's the man. My Friday the 13th, you did those fun things.
Yes.
I watched the movies. I went to a buddy's house. I said, put on part 3. Watch that.
Yeah, you start there. You just start there.
And then our friend Charlie shows up. He's like, I got this Oculus Rift.
Oh no.
Let's booze it up, play some horror games on Friday the 13th. I'm like, this is the best night of my fucking life. Are you kidding me? I've always wanted to do the VR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the horror games, and oh man. And he had the little cable so you could hook up to the TV so you could watch what people are playing while it's happening. I was fucking ready to go. But he didn't have a crucial adapter necessary to play the game. So after all the hype and excitement, it didn't happen.
Great.
It didn't happen. So we sat down, we watched Friday the 13th Part 3, where I noticed Jason's movement, real, droopy, and slow. I was like, he reminds me, and this might ruin it for Jim, maybe forever. I was like, is that fucking Orange Cassidy under that mask?
Just the laziness he goes about.
Yeah.
Things.
There's a real fucking, like, he shoots the lady in the eye with the 3D dart, boom, in the dock, and he drops it and just shuffles off. And I was like, that's Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, he sort of looks down at the guy's crotch. He always gets fired up at the end, though. He starts moving too fast for my comfort at the end of 3 and 4. Yeah. That's always a little creepy. And his fucking weird, ugly face. Oh, I can see that face in my nightmares forever. It's peeking in the window all bloody. I can't. But Friday the 13th, it's a great day. I always post like a quote or several.
I hate, and this happens so often. It'll be like Monday. Like the 13th will be like 10 or so days away. And I'm like, oh, is that going to be a Friday the 13th? And it's like, no, Friday the 12th, Friday the whatever. And I'm like, oh, we're so close. But it happened. And I was just so excited.
I think we have another one coming up soon-ish. Like,
good.
It's either soon, like maybe in October, or it's December. Yeah, it's December. It's December 13th is a Friday the 13th.
Yep. Sweet. That's just another excuse. It's gonna be great.
I never need an excuse either, but it sort of feels like my day when people are all like posting the memes and stuff, and I'm like,
be loud about it.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud to tell you about this.
Loud and proud with my nighttime companions at the lake. Tell you what. So, college football, a couple weeks ago, wanted to talk about this. The Undertaker was on College Game Day pre-show because it was, Longhorns. And he's like, we got the Undertaker. They gave him pyro and shit, and it was actually pretty fucking cool. And he was very, like American badass because it's hard. You can't be fucking the Grim Reaper in a parking lot. And so he's with the pregame guys, like, who's your favorite player? Who do you got on this? Oh, how's the defense looking? And this one guy is just like, he says, what if I slapped you in the face right now?
No, you
Oh, yeah.
So it's fake, huh? Is this fake?
And I'm like, like, somebody's like, I can't believe this just happened on College Game Day with Undertaker. And I click it, and it gets to that part where he says, what if I slapped you in the face right now? And I said, I've seen this before. I've seen this. I've seen this video.
Except it's the other way.
It fucking yeah.
It's the other way. Huh.
So he asked Taker, what if I slapped you in the face right now? And Taker, God bless him, says, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
This, like, Undertaker's just a couple steps down from that black bear. Like, don't do that. I know he's old. He'll fuck you up. Best striker in the game.
For those of you that maybe aren't aware, Dale and I understand that professional wrestling is a show, but there always have been, like, the legit tough guys in the locker room, and sort of the fake tough guys. And everything I've heard says you don't want to slap Undertaker in the face.
Mm-mm.
You definitely don't want to do that.
What if he did it, Jim? What if instead of asking, what if he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going for it.
I think,
what
honestly,
do you think Taker does?
Cameras rolling and everything, Taker just starts pounding the shit out of him or slaps him back. Because think about it. Think about all the stories we hear about Undertaker, about how he is the guy in the locker room. Like, he's dad. He is like the man back there. There's no way he would just, all of that 40 years of wrestling, that he would just like, yeah, I'll just take this one because I'm on TV now. And that guy will look foolish for doing it. There's no way that he just, because he's going to remember all the old school guys. He was in the locker. He's going to remember all that shit. And like, on national TV, you're going to slap me. I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
I think he at least gives him one back. Slap first.
Yeah.
But his slap's like going to be a sledgehammer.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you're talking about like a 300+ pound guy that's like legit at least 6'8", 9".
Yeah.
Taller than Hogan.
He might even go harder because, like, legally, it's like he attacked me. He assaulted me. I was protecting myself. I was defending myself. Yeah, well, the camera, no. I was defending myself.
And at this point in his life and career and everything, you think that he would just take a slap? Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comments on Facebook when we post this. Let me know what you think. I don't think he just takes a slap like that. And now, is this like an anchor person or like a former player that's sort of like...
Former player, you know how they are.
Then he would definitely slap the shit out of that guy.
And I don't think it was like a big hulking like offensive lineman either. He looked kind of like dinky. But everyone looks dinky to Taker.
But if he knew that this guy was like a former athlete and is testing him, there's no way like you're just going to shit on 35 years of the Undertaker being the guy in the locker room, and then he's just going to eat that on live TV. Nope, I don't believe it. I bet a lot of guys wouldn't, especially guys that have been doing it as long as he's been doing it. Like, you can't do that. Like, think about your family, like think about all the guys you came up with and that you looked up to, and like, he would have to slap the shit out of him back. He'd be forced. I think that's why he said that. You don't want to do that. Like, I'm going to be forced to knock you out on TV.
And what if dickhead what if I slapped you in the face right now? Like, that's just, like, that's the rudest fucking thing. You could. He should have fucking slapped him for that. Hey, what if I slapped you in the face right? Ow!
Is that
Fuck.
fake? What if he said that and like out of nowhere, Dr. Schultz just appeared? He just appeared. It's like saying Candyman in the mirror. It's
The
like,
ghost of Dr.
what about
Schultz.
slap? And he just appears and slaps the shit out of you. Does that fake? Does that feel fake?
He's like the patron saint of kayfabe.
Yeah. Just shows up to slap your ears out.
Jim Cornette prays to Dr. Schultz every night before bed.
I think what probably should have happened. I'm assuming they're sitting at like a table.
They were like standing in front of it, so it was like a standing segment
Okay.
where they're off to the side, and
Because he could. This guy, you said he's not a big guy, but he was a former player. He's probably not 6'9", right? I would say if I was Undertaker, you would just get right up in his face and go, okay,
go for it.
yeah. Why don't you let me know? Why don't you find out?
Let's find out. What if I
Find
slapped
out.
you in
Go
the face
ahead.
right now? Let's find out.
Give it
He
your best
stepped up
shot.
to him. Fucking Christ. That was the response. But hindsight's 2020. I
And
thought
the
he
dude's
handled
like
it well.
looking into his chest. Go ahead.
Oh. Fuck, that's such a baller move. Because, yeah, he would have taken it and then straight murdered that man.
It would have been rough.
When wrestlers are on fucking, like when they do these crossovers, sometimes they're on ESPN, this weird college game day thing. Wood's always doing crossover with the gaming world. That's fine, though. But, like, when you get a Taker on something where it's like, all right, let's keep an eye on this. Nuts.
It's sort of,
And that's going to happen a lot because like SmackDown's going to Fox. So they're doing a lot of stuff on like other Fox programming. Like they'll be at these football games.
That's a good point.
So that eventually that's going to get ugly.
You know what I mean? Like this has been going on forever where let's test the wrestler. Let's poke fun at the wrestler. And it's sort of like, man, aren't we past that?
But especially in 2019, where
Right.
we all know it's fake. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, he's not gonna protect it.
Right. That's
It's
not
just
even
like,
saying.
oh, we got this old one that will probably do that though.
That's not even saying like, isn't wrestling fake? It's not even like saying. It's not even like poking fun at it and asking him, like, oh, are you bring your urn with you? Where it's like, okay, that's kind of cheesy.
That's some shit I would say.
That right. Or like some like out of touch thing, like, oh, how's WrestleMania gonna be this summer? Where you're like, it's not in the summer. I'm not at it. And it's not.
Where's King Kong Bundy?
It's way beyond all of that, and you're just. It's like saying you're from a fake business. I don't think you're tough. It's like saying all of that shit in one stupid sentence.
Yeah.
Like, what if I just slapped you right now?
What if I slapped you in the face? What
God,
a
I
piece
would.
of shit.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Because you wouldn't ask that question if that was Brock Lesnar standing there.
No.
Hey, Brock, what if I
John
slapped you in
Jones
the
or
face
somebody?
right
Yeah.
now?
Conor McGregor. What if I slapped you in the face right now?
Jesus
Well, I'd beat the
Christ.
shit out of you.
Man. Yeah, so shitty move by that guy. I probably should have looked his fucking name up before this, but you know what? Fuck him. That guy. So we'll see more of those crossovers, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Let's get Taker on Fox. Okay. Or one of these other lunatics. Like we don't know who can, who's a loose cannon.
No.
Like Undertaker is probably the best guy you want in that situation.
Oh yeah, there's probably some other guys that maybe have like a little guy complex or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you never. I don't want people to think we're dopey and we're like associating his character with his real life persona. This is just what you hear about his real life persona, like
Yeah, big
Rob
drinker,
Van Dam
big
and
tough
Taz.
guy,
Like there was the story where Rob Van Dam slapped the shit out of Taz, and everyone thought Taz was like a legit tough guy. And Rob Van Dam slapped the shit out of him backstage, and that was sort of like, oh shit, I know what the legit tough guy is now. So like, you never know who it is and who it isn't, based on their character. It just so happens that Undertaker is one of those guys that you don't want to slap on TV.
But he's also a professional, so that worked out well. Oh boy, I'd love to live in that universe. Can I go to that universe where he slaps him?
Or like
All right,
Scott
thank
Hall
you.
or something. Like there's a lot of guys you wouldn't just want to slap in the face on TV.
Yeah.
Like you don't like, especially like a Scott Hall or a New Jack. Anyone who's taken another
Jesus.
life, like you probably don't want to test them on television. Oh man. What if I slapped you in the face right now? I gotta look that up.
It's a hell of a thing.
That is one of the
Watch the whole thing. Watch his entrance. It's great, but then just watch that part where he asks that dumb question.
what is everyone else's reaction like?
It's
Are they
real
sort of
quick,
like, oh,
because he kind of gets it in quick. Because like the one guy's just like, yeah, the defense is top 10 in the league, and what if I slapped you in the face right now? Yeah, you don't want to do that. Like it's really like off to the side, like interruption.
do you think a
Yeah,
producer
watch
was
the-
like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Why would you say that?
I hope so.
Like, he wouldn't say that to like I don't know,
Any other
Troy
human being
Aikman,
on the-
you know, like some guy who's just another like you wouldn't like Michael Jordan's on there. What if I slapped you in the face? Right? Like it's just like a stupid thing to say to anybody that's on the show. You know what I mean? Like he sort of gets out of it a little bit by the fact that Undertaker is a tough guy. Like imagine it's like if Tiger Woods is on there and he just says like, "What if I slapped you in the face right now?" He'd be fired instantly.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Maybe he was trying to get like a work going. You know, maybe he's a
Maybe he's a fan. Maybe he's a fan.
maybe he's a fan. He's just like, hey, duck 2 back body drop. Let's come on, you know, right? What if I slapped you in the face right
And he's
now?
like, "No, you're not in the business. I'm gonna John Stossel you."
yeah.
He's like, "Wink, wink. I know it's all fake." Oh yeah, slap.
You know, like that meathead, like think Gronk, where it's just like, hey, this segment's boring. Body slam me through this table. Bored.
And then he's like, "Oh, that hurt more than it looks like it does on TV." Oh, Dale. You know, there was a story that was like that, where sometimes people are going to put you on the spot, and you've already made up your mind that if A happens, then B is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I teased this, and then never, like, not on the show, but just teased you about it, that I was going to bring it up. But a man named Kenny, who is the manager over at Bourbon Street, made an appearance as the Joker just recently in a Mortal Kombat like expansion pack. He like modeled the character for the Joker. So like the Joker
Damn.
looks just like Kenny because it was him that they based the character off of. And like Arnold is the T-800 in this pack. Like it's like Arnold and all these other characters, and then the guy I know from Bourbon Street. So that was weird to see
As the
that
fucking Joker.
as the Joker.
That's a big gig.
And he's like a big jacked dude, so it was kind of weird. But it's a fighting game, so it makes sense. Everyone's jacked in a fighting game, and it reminded me of the fondest memory I have of Kenny. Some drunk brothers wanted to help me load equipment onto our RV. I said, no, it's okay. I got it. And they were like, no, come on, let us help you. And I'm like, no, thank you. I appreciate you for coming out to the show. I'm glad you had a good time. I got it, though. You don't got to help me load the gear on. And, well, fuck you, man. Do you think you're better than me? I was like, no, man. We're just trying to get loaded in and get out of here, okay? And now, like, this is a situation that's happened a bunch of times. So at this point, I'm like, okay. And then I go back in, I come out, and the guy's got his pants down.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, I said, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to piss on your bus. I was like, no, you're not. And he's like, why not? I said, well, because as soon as a drop of piss hits the bus, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he's like, oh, yeah? You and who else? Because there's two of them. And I was like, well, me
Brothers.
Me and the 8 guys who rode on the bus together, and then these other 5 guys that are doing security right now, we're all going to beat the shit out of you. Like, there's no way you're not getting your ass beaten in this scenario. And then his brother's like, come on, man, let's just go. Let's just go. And then he gets to the front of the bus and starts pulling his pants down. I'm like, go ahead. I said, as soon as you pee on it, though, that's it for you. You're done. And then Kenny runs out, all looking all jacked and swole and handsome. And he's like, whoa, Jim, come on. It's not worth it. Don't fight them over this. I said, it's not up to me. If he pees on the bus, it's going to happen. And he doesn't want to fight, right? He runs the club. He doesn't want this on his hands, right?
Yeah.
So the guy starts coming toward me, gets in my face.
Oh, no.
And they're so drunk that all I have to do is just I'm not even slipping punches. I'm just stepping backwards, and he keeps falling. He gets mad. And then, so Kenny's telling me, don't fight these guys. It's not worth it. He runs right at both of them and is like pinning them both up against the wall by himself. And I'm like, no, come on. You just told me not to get in a fight with them. And he's like, that's it. And luckily, the police came right then, randomly, because he was like, oh, I wanted to stop in and check the show out. I see it's over. What's going on with this guy here? He just grabs the guy and slams him up against the window. Like, oh, what's going on out here? What do you want me to do to this guy? I like your band. It's like, okay, well, he was going to pee on the bus, and I asked him nicely not to do that. And now we're here. And that cop
gave him the clamps.
The cop was not having it. But the Joker from Mortal Kombat is a hypocrite. And he wouldn't let me fight those guys. And then he went and started fighting them.
He was like, I could ball these 2 drunk assholes up easy.
Yeah, it was. It was sad for them.
He's like, I want this.
Like,
Clamps.
No one was throwing punches on our end. We were just sort of like, let's just keep them on the ground. Let's get them out of here.
Just stiff arms. No.
But I had to draw that line in the sand, and then the Joker came and saved me.
Fucking Joker.
Came and saved me from, it probably would have been bad. Because if we had gotten into a fight and the cops came, there'd be no getting around the fact that, we both broke the law. Although I think I probably would have gotten away with all of it. And that made me even more pissed. When the cop came, I was nervous. When the cop pulls up and, Kenny's got this guy pinned up against the it was like a strip mall, right? So he's pinned up against the glass. He's just holding him at bay. And the other guy's still on the ground. He just can't stay upright. I'm thinking the cop's going to be like, everybody, let's, hands up against the glass, split this up. But he's just like, drunk people outside of this bar, business as usual. Like, okay. And I'm like, I could have gotten away with fighting these guys scot-free.
Like the Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame when they're like, oh, this is open season on this guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And the security guys were not coming out to help us. They just let their manager go out there and manhandle these guys.
Yeah, what the fuck? What a weak move. They're they're
like, we're not going out there. Well, our job is to protect the inside.
We're here. This is an inside job. I'm not an outside cat.
It's cold out there. Oh, the Joker. But yeah, so like the Undertaker, I guarantee that he either decided if this guy hits me, I'm going to slap the shit out of him, or if he hits me, I'm not going to. But I guarantee he made the decision. It was already made up. And I think it's probably I'm going to slap the shit out of this guy.
Yep.
Because then that's one less thing to think about. You already know, like, okay, go ahead. God, I wish I could have seen that.
I just want to be in that universe.
The ghost of Dr. Schultz. I've been summoned to slap the shit out of ye.
It's a hard business for hard men. That's why I do it.
Slap. Pop both his ears.
So, listeners, you have a lot of homework tonight.
Yes, you do.
have a lot of videos, the Jack compilations. Man, So much more. Taker, fuck that Rev Pro thing. I had some Twitter videos, but they've since been deleted because I had these notes from last week. But I'm sure they're still out there floating. There's just a lot of stuff to watch. Gifts.
You do. You got to watch them.
So let's plug it up. Follow me on Instagram at Dale Swan. Some fun stuff on there.
You can follow me on Instagram at JamesJRMusic. You can follow me on Facebook at JamesJRSongs. And you can follow DadBod on Facebook at facebook.com/DadBodLive.
This was episode 89. Thanks for listening. I'm